Ladies and gentlemen, it's currently the beginning of 2023 and chess is exploding like never before. And just like any activity with millions of participants in it, you are going to have some bad actors. There are cheaters in the game of chess, and they are not cool, and they get caught, and they get banned. But on this channel, sometimes they get exposed, and we all have a massive laugh at their expense. So a subscriber sent me a game that they played against a cheater. And I thought, there's nothing too unique about this. It's just another game where a person cheats and gets banned. But in this video, I'm going to share with you a hilarious story of this cheater. You see, this individual created their chess.com account on December 28th, 2022. Not too long ago. It's currently January 7th, right? So, this person, our cheater here with the white pieces, and names have been changed. I don't want to, expose too many usernames or identities. This is the story of how this person made a chess.com account, lost every single game that they played. They knew nothing about chess, which is fine. But instead of learning chess, they proceeded to cheat. And we're going to see right when that level difference happens. So our individual has a provisional rating here, around 1,000. We have e4, pawn to d3. The knight comes out. The knight comes out as well. And our cheater is just, doing their thing. Okay, this is their first blunder of their chess career. They blunder a pawn. It very quickly goes from bad to worse, because after they blunder the pawn, they proceed to go on a little bit of an attack, but that queen is probably going to get lost. Okay, they lose a couple of pawns. Not too bad of a game for a first time, right? Not too bad. They've lost basically all their pieces, and very promptly, their very strong opponent from Ukraine delivers a checkmate. But this was a 20-move game. I mean, there's no shame in losing a game like this against clearly a very experienced individual who happens to be from a part of the world where chess is very much ingrained in the culture. There is no shame losing to Gordo. But you see, folks, that was just the beginning. In the second game that our cheater played, they tried to cultivate a strategy of bringing their queen out early and weakening their position substantially with the move f6. Poor development. Here, white plays a hilarious move, which is bishop takes knight, with the intention of following up with this, really just hoping that black does not see this threat. And black did not. You see, our cheater with the black pieces proceeds to lose their queen, and then doesn't take back the knight right away, and white very slowly expands, busts open the center, the queen hits the rooks, and black loses this game, also in 20 moves. But there's no shame in losing the first two games of your chess career. You're playing very good players. Now, folks, this continued for quite some time. You see, in our third game, our cheater unfortunately succumbed to the early queen attack. Queen to h5, threatening the scholar's mate. I have a video and a YouTube short about how to deal with this, but they fall for the trap, they lose their rook, they lose their pawn, and they still get mated on the f7 square. Then our cheater played another game with the white pieces. This game, once again, they tried to bring their queen out early. Keep an eye on this queen, because the cheater did not. They like to move their queen out. They like to move their knight out. There is no rhyme or reason to their moves. The knight is standing here. It can take the pawn on f7. Instead, it simply perishes. And a few moves later, in a shocking turn of events, the queen is lost as well. It's a very unique strategy as a beginner to bring your queen out. And normally I wouldn't make fun of beginners, but I will make fun of beginners who cheat against other beginners instead of learning the right way to play the game. Many of you probably started chess in the last few years. You didn't cheat. You probably learned to play the game the right way. You watched some Gotham, Hikaru, Rosen, I don't know. Maybe some Daniel Naroditsky. Anyway, our cheater decides to develop some pieces and lose their queen, and for a fourth time in a row, they resign. And, well, they go on to lose all their pieces. And that's the end of that game. Now, our protagonist or antagonist rating went lower and lower. It kept going down and down. And remember how just a game ago, our cheater got hit with this move? You know what you do when you get hit with the scholar's mate trap? You learn how to defend it. 2 games later, this individual did the exact same thing. Folks, you cannot make the same mistakes multiple times in chess. Not like this. This is 2 games ago. Oh my goodness. And this time they go, oh my God, I'm done. Oh my gosh. Oh, it can't get any worse, can it? All right, this time they don't lose the queen. This time white goes nuts. This time, the cheater is now at a level where they are actually winning. But instead, something very strange happens, and they lose their rook, and then they just decide that they're losing this game. Black just thought they were lost and resigned. The cheater thought they were losing the game because they lost their rook, and they just decided, oh, my king is out, but black is better. Black did not have to resign. The cheater lost yet another game. Oh my goodness, this is a very rough start to a chess career. Okay, let's see how they've probably learned how to play, right? I mean, the opening is good. They just need to castle. They just need to play knight c3. Life is good. Life is bad. Life is very bad. They just lost the queen. They just lost the queen. The cheater lost the queen and the bishop and the knight. And oh my God, it's been 10 moves and they're down 13 points of material. They can't even beat 500s, which is fine. Which is fine. It's okay not to be able to beat 500s. It's okay, but not if you're going to cheat. Their next game, they played against Luis. Luis did not try to checkmate this person with queen h5, instead playing very well, developing in the center. Good stuff. This is the best game thus far by our cheater. Best game so far. They even won a pawn. Oh my goodness, they're up a pawn. This is the best game that they've played. This is incredible. Oh my goodness, it's their best game. They lost the queen, they lost the knight, they lost the pawn, they resigned. Oh! No! Oh my goodness, they just can't. They just keep losing. Everything was good. Everything was good, and then they decided to hang the queen, and then the knight, and then the... Oh my God, they just can't catch a break. Now, can the cheater win the game 9? Oh my goodness, it's been... No, why are you moving the knight here? That just... No! Okay, I mean, white's position isn't completely horrible, and this game was nuts. This was a long game where our cheater had a chance to just be up so many pieces. I think our cheater's around 400, but oh my God, they hunted the king and they were winning. Then they lost the knight, then they traded the queens, and then this game. I mean, this game is a fever dream. White's rook traveled the whole board. That rook's just hanging. The rook's just oh my goodness, this could be a separate YouTube video. That's just pawn takes rook right there. That's, oh God, oh my good. Why is the rook still at And our cheater ended up losing this game as well. And you might be wondering why you're still watching this YouTube video, because you're ready for the plot twist. You're ready for the comeback arc as our cheater loses yet again. And then something snapped. You see, our cheater tried to play a game. They lost the queen the same exact way. The same way they lost the queen. They lost all their pieces. All their pieces. Folks, this person lost the first 12 games that they played. The first 12 games of their chess career. This person got checkmated, bullied, all their pieces were taken. Literally, they lost every piece in this game. That pawn was going to perish in a move. And then this game happened. And this game was the end of their patience. They would no longer want to play any chess. This game, they were actually not even doing that bad for a while. Then their king got attacked. And they were checkmated by a long castle. The person lost almost all of the games to start their chess career. And then this happened. They played a Sicilian defense. I mean, what? We're talking about a person that just lost twice in a row to the scholar's mate trap. Sicilian defense? Not only did they play the Sicilian, they're playing all the best moves. And their knight is jumping in the center, punishing the queen and the bishop. And that's a free bishop. And then the queen comes out to trade, but then it wins the pawn and the bishop b4, bulldozing the knight. White plays here, blundering this and a rook. Oh my God. And our cheater just won the first game of their chess career at 96% accuracy, which, mind you, is probably higher than the last 5 accuracies combined. They probably just played 5 games that don't even sum up to 90% accurate. Okay, that's interesting. By the way, the flags are mirror images. Poland and Indonesia. It's quite humorous. Okay, well, this is a fluke. You don't get banned for winning 1 game at 90%. Let's see what happens in this next game as they're playing a 300. Okay, they play the Nimso Larsen opening. All right, looks like they added that to their toolbox. All right, an interesting position. All right, free pawn. So far, white is only a pawn up. Okay, now they bring out their queen, which targets the knight on c6 and the rook back there. Black plays this, and that move removes the defense of this pawn, which white shockingly sees immediately. Then comes back, and black attacks the center, which is incorrect because the king is in the center, and you're not fully developed. Black is 300. White captures because this knight does not actually guard the pawn. Black does this, white does this, takes the rook, and immediately drops back, attacking the king and attacking the rook. And in this position, when black tried to sacrifice the knight in order to open up white's king, our cheater found queen h8 in between move, trading off the queens, and then taking the knight, and black resigned. Okay, that's 2 games of 90%, no mistakes, good development, immediately punishing the opponent, winning the rooks, trading the pieces, simplifying, and okay, that's just a fluke probably, right? And now they started climbing the rating ladder. Now, in this game, our cheater plays a Taimanov Sicilian defense. I'm pretty sure like 75% of you don't even know what that is. That's fine. That's fine. A Taimanov Sicilian defense. And then they develop their pieces. Now black is going for the bishop. Black wants to win the bishop for the knight, because that's a slightly, better position for white. And white blunders, because white's 500. White disallows the queen from seeing the bishop, loses this. Black takes the pawn and jumps back out of the position, and then grabs the bishop indeed. Now black steps on the gas here, check, and in this position, our cheater uncorks d5, which opens up the bishop, takes the bishop, and then in this position finds bishop g4, sacrificing the bishop, luring out the king for the backwards retreating queen move, queen c8. And the point is that white has to go here, allowing the queen to replace the bishop in the weirdest triangle imaginable, and the white king is hunted out into the open and brutally checkmated by the knight while the queen is hanging, while the pawns occupy the center. This was a 99% game. That's 3 in a row. The level difference is just shocking. Maybe they just watched some Gotham videos. Now, folks, if you are watching carefully, you might recognize this username, because earlier in the video, unless I took the game out, our cheater lost the game in 6 moves to this person. In 6 moves earlier in the video, our cheater lost to that person. Now, maybe the cheater knows that person. Maybe not. They got revenge. You see, they came back. Our cheater played a queen's gambit, took the center, played bishop g5, broke up our opponent's structure, activated the bishop to attack the light squares, and sacrificed the knight, disregarding the attack on this knight, sacrificing a second knight for the arrival of the queen on h5 and the devastating queen f7 mate. It took 1 minute and 47 seconds, but our cheater avenged themselves, and then they came back for more. This game was so brutal. I spoiled it mildly. I didn't realize that I actually had gone through it. In this game, our cheater played a normal, more or less, Sicilian defense, took the center, activated all of their pieces, and won a little bit of material. And folks, in this position, they played bishop to h4 check. Do you know why they played bishop to h4 check? Not because they're low rated and they saw a check, so they played it, which is what you guys do. No, it was to play the move bishop h4 with a tempo, forcing white to respond, so that on the very next move they could play rook e8, pinning the queen to the king, which is exactly what they did. But then they did not take that queen. Why did they not take that queen? Because the best move in this position is not rook takes queen, it's knight d4. Why is it knight d4? You force the queen to move, to go here, at which point the queen will arrive down here and deliver mate. But it's even more disgusting than that. They pin the queen to the king. They did not take the queen. They attack the queen yet again. And in this position, rather than playing knight e2 or rook e2, our cheater played knight to c3 check, so that after this move, this is a check by the queen from the opposite side of the board. This is a check from the rook on the opposite side of the board. And this is a mate. Oh my goodness, this is what happens when a 400 gets access to Stockfish. Oh my goodness, revenge is a dish served cold. But it didn't stop there. The cheater was on a rampage. A queen's gambit in this game. Their opening repertoire is expanding. Knight f3, knight c6, queen a4 check. Folks, when I tell you that this game had one of the most disgusting conclusions I have ever seen, I am not exaggerating. Bishop d2 targets the knight. b6 protects it, but it doesn't, because after bishop takes, pawn takes, it's not queen c6 winning for white. That would result in bishop d7 and repulsion. Expulsion out of the position. Instead of that, pawn takes c6 with the idea of a check on the king. Unfortunately, this move walks directly into that check, and where originally the queen was the best blocker, now this rook will be captured. And not only will the rook be captured, the rook will be captured, the queen will be sacrificed, and queen takes bishop is mate. Ooh, the stove is hot, don't touch it. The stove is hot, don't touch it. The cheater can't be stopped. They are getting revenge on everybody. The next player they played was named Smitana, which is a very funny username. Not quite, but I edited it. Oh, this is truly the character arc development. This person was beaten by queen h5 twice in this video. So in this game, our cheater detonates. Just watch. Knight c6. Okay, that's not the right move. You're supposed to put the bishop out. Okay, the knights now kick out the queen. Black wins a pawn. Black anchors the knight in the center of the board with the top engine move f5, weakening the king. But the idea is that while you spend time kicking out the knight, my knight doesn't need to move because of danger levels. Now my knight is defending my bishop, which is attacking your queen, and when your queen moves, I will jump into your position. But first, queen h4 check, punishing you for weakening your own king. g3 is hilarious because I just take. And then I take your rook. And then I attack your queen once again and punish it for coming out, and then d6, and your queen is locked in jail in the center of the board, and I'm threatening to win it. The queen is almost trapped. a3, knight e5. Knight e5 is higher on the computer's hierarchy than knight e7, which traps the queen. Knight e7 is minus 14. Knight e5 is minus 16. Of course our cheater is cheating. They don't see that the queen is trapped. All they see is blood in the water. Check. c6 now traps the queen. Knight e1 check. King is hunted out. Queen takes knight. Check. Check. And the king walks out to meet its fate with queen to a6 mate. Queen a6 checkmate. Another 97% game. Oh God, when is this person going to get caught? It's just a matter of time. This time they play the English, they bring out their queen, they take the center, beautiful center, and they're already winning. Knight d5, and in this position, our cheater, who up until this point had never done a chess puzzle, ever. They don't know what chess puzzles even are. Finds the only winning idea. I mean, everything is good here, but the only immediate winning idea, bishop b5. This is called an attraction tactic. Pinning the queen to the king, which under normal circumstances would immediately win, but the bishop can be taken. If the bishop is taken, the queen is attracted to that square. Knight takes is a triple fork. Dear God. The queen is lost. The queen comes out, and the black king is hunted into the center of the board, just like last game, and black loses with a pawn checkmate. This cheater cannot be stopped. But the last game they ever played before getting banned was actually against my subscriber. Not because my subscriber knows me and I got them banned. This person was already banned when they were brought to me. They were dead. They were caught, exposed. And unfortunately, the last game of the video will be my dear subscriber succumbing to the pressure of the cheater. A decent attempt in the opening, a queen's gambit declined. Don't put your knight in front of your c-pawn in the queen's gambit declined, but it's okay. Unfortunately, my subscriber made a few mistakes early, and the cheater punished them swiftly, aggressively. In this position, a3. Now, you may look at this position and go, that's a fork, and you would be completely correct, but the move a3 is very close on the computer's hierarchy. Now, you may look at this position and go, knight c7 is a fork. Yes, you're right, but b4 is the top engine move. The cheater doesn't know there's a fork. The cheater just reads the characters that the engine gives. Queen to b6, unfortunately. The only safe move was queen f8. But if queen f8 was played, this would be mate very soon. So this, knight b6, and now queen c2 top computer move. In this position, I would have played bishop d3. The computer finds knight h4. Knight b4 was a trap. You cannot take because rook takes rook, but you slide back. This is hanging. This is hanging. Black goes on to unfortunately lose all of their pieces, including the rook in the corner, and gets checkmated. You see, folks, you don't realize how absurd you look when you cheat. We went from an individual who lost all of their first games. They got caught with the queen h5 trap back to back. Literally, they played a game, then they played a game with black, with white, and then they played another game with black, and they got caught in the same way in about a span of 20 minutes. Suddenly, they started playing like a turbocharged version of a chess AI, and the beating came down swift. It was fast. They were caught. They were banned. Folks, improve at chess naturally. Watch YouTube videos. Don't make the same mistakes twice. Understand why you made blunders in the first place, and don't repeat them. Follow good principles. Take the center. Develop. Castle quickly. You look so silly when you try to cheat. I mean, dear Lord. But thank you to my subscriber for sending this in. And this is the story of how a 400 rated player made a chess account, lost the first 10 games that they played, 12, then tried to cheat. And their chess career lasted a whopping 5 days before they were banned. Now get out of here.